This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Don't look now. The Houston Astros, are they back? They are as hot as anybody in Major League Baseball as they go out there today and win again, getting clutch late, getting an epic pitching performance from Lance McCullers, and doing their thing again with clutch stuff all over the ballpark as they get the victory in the quick two-game sweep of the the Athletics. I almost did it. The Athletics here over the last couple of days and keeping this homestand almost perfect. Now at 5-1 through the first 6 games of this 10-game homestand, you could not ask for a better return to Houston for this ball club, and you could not ask for better performances than what they've gotten so far on the homestand. And then on top of that, the pitching once again today, absolutely brilliant. We'll get through all of it. We'll talk about Lance McCullers' big, massive day, those clutch hits late, and that question of, yes, are you starting to feel the vibe? Are they getting to that point where they're going to make you think like maybe they are just back? But what's the number one thing? By the way, I'm your host today, Michael Connor of the Locked On Astros Postcast. Thank you for joining us here live or live after all the games. We are also available to you, obviously, anywhere that you get your podcast. Go and search for Locked On Astros. We are right there on the feed. What's the number one thing from today that you're walking away talking about?
This is what you'll be talking about.
This is actually tricky. It can be both to an extent, but I think it's the thing that dominated the vast majority of this baseball game today, and it was Lance McCullers. Lance McCullers was tremendous. He looked like pre-injury Lance McCullers today. His breaking stuff was absolutely exceptional. The spin on it, we know that when he is spinning the baseball, he is as tough as anybody to get hits against. He also is a guy that can induce ground balls at a high rate when he's doing it, and he did it today against both left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters. And I think the number one thing, now look, it's never going to be perfect with Lance. I don't think he's ever going to be a complete pinpoint guy. He's got stuff that moves way too much. But his fastball command today improved a lot. And when you're facing a team that has some lefties in the lineup, you have to be able to command the fastball because against lefties, typically, you're going to work north-south. And against righties, you're going to work east-west, which Lance likes to do. A lot of breaking stuff to righties because it runs away from them. A lot of hard stuff to lefties up. A lot of hard stuff that dives away or change-ups that dive away or down to keep the left-handed hitters on their toes as well. He had everything today. And this is a significant period of time for the Houston Astros to be able to get this out of Lance McCullers because if you were under a rock this morning, the Astros did confirm there's just got to be something in the water or something with the Astros because they cannot get out of the way of Tommy John surgeries. They have another Tommy John surgery. Ronel Blanco done for the season with Tommy John. This is on top of Wesneski. This is, of course, a team that still has been without Luis Garcia for who knows how long now. I can't even remember the amount of months it's been since he's last been in a game or if he's even throwing baseballs at this point or if he's even alive at this point. Christian Javier is still rehabbing, returning from Tommy John. Of course, you've had other guys in recent years, Verlander, McCullers has had Tommy John. McCullers has had other injuries as well. You've had so many guys in this organization go through Tommy John. And now, look, it's not just an Astros thing. That is a thing that's all over the place. Elbows these days are so fragile because of the way that we throw the baseball and how hard we throw the baseball all the time and give max effort all the time. It absolutely crushes you. But I say all of that because on a day where, you lost another pitcher to a Tommy John surgery, a franchise that at the moment is depleted in terms of the starting pitching depth. They don't have any room, any wiggle room really right now at all when it comes to losing starters. They cannot afford it. And one of the things that they have to have happen is that Lance McCullers has to get back to being a guy that can get deeper into baseball games. And talked about that a little bit at the end of the show last night. And that's exactly what happened today. They took the training wheels off, which at some point you have to do. He's made enough starts now this season. That was start number 5 for him. And they let him go. And he gave them a reason to let him go. He was obviously exceptional. The strikeouts were incredible. 12 of them tying a career high today in his 5th start back after a 900-plus day layoff. It's everything that they have to get it. And to be able to, win consistently, they're going to have this more often than not out of Lance, because we know that they've got Hunter Brown. We know that they've got Fromber. Talk to the baseball gods, hope that those guys stay healthy, because you never know. It literally can happen at any moment. These guys can have their arms just pop on them. But if you get this Lance McCullers on top of those other two, you're feeling pretty good about things. The Spencer Arrighetti thing, I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to believe anything the Astros say about an injury, because they lie through their teeth to you and to everybody's face, because for some reason they just think that that's what you need to do. I know he's throwing a baseball now, but that was supposed to be a 6-week injury, and I hate to break it to the Astros, they're past the 6-week mark. I don't know if they know that yet, but they need this out of Lance. You've got Gusto, you've got Colton Gordon, you've got all these guys that have made starts for you now, but they absolutely need to be solidified. In my opinion, they need to be at the back. They need to get Arrighetti back so they can be top 4 solidified. Then you can always rotate in and out the 5th. This is a massive development today. He's looked better. He's looked sharper as the season has moved along here, as his starts have moved along. He's looked like he's getting back into it, more comfortable and whatnot. Today was his best. I thought that he really commanded the zone. I thought that he just made guys look silly all day. The swing and miss alone, I think he had over 14 whiffs today, and all of them coming off breaking balls. He was just absolutely spectacular. A huge development for the Astros. The other development that was massive in this one is that, again, if there is one thing about this team, for all the frustration that we like to talk about and all the, the things that drive me nuts, and as boring as I've felt they've been so far this season when it comes to just hitting the baseball, they've been an awful watch at times when it comes to what they do at the plate. The last 6 games now, since they've returned home, have been the exact opposite of that. I guess the only complaint you have today is that this is the first time on the homestand that they didn't reach double digits in hits in a game. They had 7. But they'd been double digits, at least 11 hits in every, I think it was at least 11. Yeah, we did it last night. At least 11 hits in every single game so far this homestand. Today, just 7. But they're stringing at bats together. And I said it yesterday. I said it the day before. Said it the day before that. I said it when this started. When you start racking up hits, eventually results come. Big results, too. And they got big results today. They got big results yesterday. They had a big swing at the bat. Sure, everything else was a single today, but DeZenzo ties the baseball game with a solo home run in the 7th. Just striking late and then doing it as well with 2 outs. This team has the ability to hit with 2 outs, and every season is so different. Last year, this team could not buy 2-out hits. It felt like this team could not do anything clutch late. They didn't win a single baseball game that they were losing after the 8th inning last season. And this year, the one thing that they have done early this season is that they've shown the ability to come back, and they've played that comeback baseball pretty consistently. And just from the mental side of things, that matters. Sure, there is a large element of luck involved in terms of the record and how you do in close games and how you do late and all those things. But there's one thing that's not quantifiable, and that's the belief that this springs when you consistently do this, that they're never going to feel like they are going to be out of a baseball game at any single point in a single game. And that was evident again today. Severino pitched really well for Oakland. I did it again. I need to get a jar because they play 11 more times this season. I'll put $1 in it, or I don't have $1 to give every time. I'd probably be poor at the end of it. I'll give a quarter every time that I call them Oakland. They're just the Athletics. Stop calling them anything. Stop calling them Sacramento. Stop calling them anything else. They are just the Athletics, and I am guilty today 2 times. I did not do it yesterday at all, but I'm guilty 2 times now today for calling them Oakland. But they're not Sacramento. Stop calling them that. Everybody, I keep seeing people do that. That's not their name. Their name is the Athletics. That's it. Yes, it's silly. I agree it's silly, but their name's not Sacramento. But they do it. They do it again today, late. And that's one thing that really is encouraging, that they have the ability to do that. You can't rely on being that team. That's not what you want to think is always be, hey, We'll get them later in the game. No, you want to get out early, get the big lead. And there you go. And by the way, today, the Astros hitting-wise, like I mentioned, 7 hits. They do score the 5 runs. They get the clutch. It's Victor Caratini again. My God, where would this team be in the last couple of years without this guy? Last year was as a pinch hitter constantly, and he was great. I really, just based on his bat alone, I don't know how he's not starting for somebody on a consistent basis at some sort of position out there in baseball, because he's got a good bat. And he can hit. He drops that. I love his mechanics. He gets a fastball or something down, he just drops the head, and it comes off the bat hard. And there you go. He was ready to hit first pitch, put it out there in center field, gives the Astros the lead. You love to see that. Absolutely love to see that. And then the pitching, like I mentioned, I forgot to mention the total strikeouts today. 18 strikeouts for the Astros pitching staff today. And on the other side of things, this is another trend that we've seen a lot lately. They struck out a lot early, did the Astros. Their strikeout numbers have come down significantly. They struck out just 5 times today, and they walked 4. Huge, huge developments. Are you feeling like the Astros are back? I asked that question. We'll talk about it next year on the Locked On Astros Postcast. First up, though, I need to tell you about, you ever look at that bank account and wonder, where did all my money go between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment? It's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Managing your money now with your partner, smoother than ever. You can track your shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Everybody wants less stress in their life. Why not do that? Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. Astros winners again today over the Athletics by a final of 5-3. Red hot are the Houston Astros. They got the Rays coming to town for the next few days, 4 days to be exact, seeking a little bit of revenge for what Tampa did to them down there in Tampa the last time they lost one of those games in tough fashion. The second one 3-2, and then 8-4 in the finale there. So, got to get back at them for what went on down there the last time that these two teams played. Who is taking home the player of the game today?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Oh, well, what a shock. I bet you could guess again. Oh, yes, that's right. That is because, of course, Lance McCullers Jr. takes home player of the game today. Feels good to be able to say his name. Been a long, long time coming. 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, ties a career high, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk. Does not factor into the decision today. The win goes to Sean Dubin out of the bullpen. Bullpen exceptional once again. Astros bullpen covers 3 innings, gives up just 1 hit, strikes out 6, and walks 2. Ryan Abreu, solid inning out of him. He and Hader did both walk a guy, but Hader strikes out the side in the 9th. He's 14 of 14 in save opportunities this year. He has been absolutely tremendous with an ERA at 1.5 so far this season. All right, the question is now, as we start to wind things down here in the Locked On Astros Postcast, are you starting to feel like this team is back? Now, look, I'm not going to, like I didn't want to do early in the season, like completely overreact to things. I'm not going to completely overreact to better play. There is a happy medium to all of it. And it's going to be interesting to see that when they get off the high of the roller coaster, where they land. Do they land back closer to the team that was frustrating and inconsistent a little bit, or are they closer to the middle where, it's not win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1? Or is it going to be, hey, win 3, lose 1, maybe win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1 again? On the higher end of that, instead of being the 500 team. I'm interested to see. We all know that they're capable. For as frustrated as I've been at things this season, and for as much doubt as I have in certain areas of this baseball team and some of the ways that they were constructed, and it's not sustainable to being a great winner, there are a lot of factors here that we always talk about. The American League is not great this year. The American League West, also not great. And then the schedule on top of it, They are playing, I think I saw this yesterday. They're playing in terms of strength of schedule, winning percentage the rest of the season. They're playing like the easiest strength of schedule the rest of the way. They've played like the hardest to this point, and the rest of the way is the easiest. And look, we've talked about it. May is a month where it is easier. And now they're starting to look like, they've got 3 games left in the month of May. They've won 14 ball games this month to 11. You would have liked that to be better, but the early issues in the season, or the month, kind of kept them from doing that. But I've mentioned it before, the month of June coming up. And you look at it on paper until they play, they don't play a ton of unbelievable teams. They play Tampa, the start of it for a game. They've got Pittsburgh for 3 in Pittsburgh. Cleveland's always tough, but I don't know. They don't scare me. White Sox are abysmal. Twins have been red hot, but they're beyond beatable. We know that. They play this Oakland team for 4 hours. Oh, I did it again. That's 3 times. They play this Athletics team again for 4 in Sacramento. They play the Angels for 3 in Los Angeles. And they do finish the month really tough. 3 against the Phillies, 3 against the Cubs. But the month of June is nice. And even July is nice. It's got series against the Rockies, the Rangers. The Diamondbacks aren't horrible, but they've not been great. Even the Nationals and the A's again in that month. If this team is going to make its run, it's between now and really the month of September, where they'll play a bunch of division games and they play the Yankees in that month, that they got to eat a little bit and get back there. So I won't go completely today, yes, that the Astros are back, giving me the complete, full, warm and fuzzies. But, man, I feel good. I feel like everything is trending in the right way. And I think the biggest factor as to why I'm feeling more confident is because I like the quality of the at-bats that I have seen out of a lot of these guys and the fact that they're putting bat to ball. And when you put bat to ball and there's not strikeouts, and you're creating traffic and all these things, like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's the absolute truth, results will follow. We're seeing some of those results now. They will play again tomorrow night. Scheduling note, I unfortunately will not be able to do the show tomorrow night. I have an insanely busy and early day that's going to see me do some traveling on Friday. So I will not be doing tomorrow night's game. Plan to be back Friday night. I'm not going to be back in the Houston area till late Friday evening. If I can do the show Friday night after the game, we will do the show. So there isn't a possibility. I just want to let you guys be aware that the next couple of nights there will not be a postcast show. But if I can pull it off Friday, we will absolutely pull it off. I hope you guys have a great rest of this Wednesday. Enjoy tomorrow's game. Hopefully we'll talk Friday after Astros and Rays in the Locked On Astros Postcast.